Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V 4-Job Fiesta. Last episode, our characters took down the one barrier tower with the help of King Zeza, who unfortunately passed away in the assault. With the barrier tower down, access to Exdeath's castle is now available, but there's not much we can really do in Exdeath's castle. The door inside is locked and the soldiers of Surrogate Castle can't open it up. So they suggested, hey, maybe Sage Guido might be able to help. Sage Guido was the sage we were told to visit after we healed Hiryu. We went to his place, but before we got to talk with him, Exdeath created an earthquake that sunk Guido's cavern beneath the surface of the water. So, well, luckily we got a submarine here, thanks to King Zeza, and we can now go under the surface of the water and explore the ocean floor. Not really much to explore on the ocean floor. We can get to this dungeon, and then there's two other places we can go. But for the most part, the ocean floor is pretty empty. You can check on your map, though, where to go. There'll be like little dots to let you know. So here's Guido's cave. There's only two type of enemies in here. These ones are the easier ones, the radiators. Slime monsters, just hit them with fire. They're not a problem. The other enemy is that appears 2 floors from now is really annoying. It's the metamorph enemy, and what makes them really annoying is they have a lot of hit points and they transform into different monsters. So they're just really annoying. They take a real long time to take out, and they basically give like no experience. They give 20 experience and only 3 ability points. So the time you invest fighting them is kind of worthless. But they're the only enemies that really appear like 2 floors from now. So, but no treasure in this cave either, which makes it a really bad, annoying cave to go through. So. Here's one of those terrible dungeons. I said, this game has some good dungeons, has some bad dungeons. Well, this is one of the bad dungeons. So we just have to take these guys out. Luckily, we can get to skip a lot of these battles, like I said, because once we fight both of them, I can just skip all the rest of them. But you'll see how many I skip, and just think of how many metamorphs I have to fight. So yeah. The only good thing about the metamorphos is they can drop the Staff of Light, which is a staff which can increase your holy damage. We don't have a holy spell, and you won't be able to get the holy spell until much later. But it's you know, it's a decent weapon to boost that element when you do get it. Holy is the strongest white magic spell. Check out all our stats here. Make sure we get right equipment in. More of those radiators. And once we get off of this floor, B2, that's where we start running into the metamorphs, basically from now on. So we have this little puzzle here. When the rock is put into one of the treasure chests, it opens a door. So when we want to leave, we want to put it back in the center chest. But for now, we want to do the 2 left chests. The 2 right chests lead to dead ends. One of them would be with the one on the little passageway on the right there. And then the other one is over to the left. So we don't want to go to any of them. Just want to use the 2 on the left, and that'll open the way. You have to do the one on top first, because when we put it in the chest on the bottom, the rock in the chest on the bottom, what'll end up happening is that passageway will open up, and you wouldn't be able to go through it if we didn't hit that button first. So basically what this guy does is he transforms into a different monster for a turn, attacks, and then he turns back. So he can turn into multiple monsters, including some boss monsters. He can turn to Afreet, Shiva, Ramu. The weird thing is, though, he doesn't inherit their weaknesses. So if he turns into like Afreet, don't think you can hit him with like Ice 3 or something, or Ice 2 and deal extra damage to him. He just like turns into their sprite, inherits their like battle AI, but not their weaknesses. So there he is. He turned into Shiva. So You would think that, oh, I can hit her with fire, wouldn't do anything more, so. He keeps the same metamorph weaknesses of wind and water, which we don't have any abilities for. Those are basically all the blue magics. Wind with the arrow spells, water with the, would be the, I'm trying to think, the aqua lung spell. The one that the Dome Chimera did back in the First World. So, yeah, as you can see, these guys take a while to take down, and I accidentally attacked him with the healing rod. Dope. So yeah, it's just an annoying little group here. So, the most annoying one is the ones that can transform into zombie dragons, because when they inherit the zombie dragon, they were those dragons that were on the Hiryu Mountain. When he inherits that AI, he mainly just uses the zombie breath, and that does a lot of damage, and if it defeats a character, it turns them into a zombie. So, it does a lot of damage and can potentially turn a bunch of characters into zombies. If you all turn into zombies, well, it's game over. Now let's heal that with a Maiden's Kiss. Turn Lenna back into herself. Drop the rock in the chest. Like I said, when we come out here, we're gonna have to put the chest back in the bottom, in the middle one again, and then open the pathway home. So this looks really suspicious. That little crack there. But start wandering around here. Oh, you see another little crack opening down here. See another button. We hit that button again, and then it opens up a staircase from that suspicious-looking wall that we saw earlier. So, like I said, all the enemies that we're encountering from this time forward are all those metamorph enemies. So, and I don't get any Staff of Light, so that's not good. Not that I would really need them, but it's always nice when you get a rare drop. So, yeah, unfortunately there was no treasure in here, so it's just a bunch of fighting. So I guess the only thing is, like, those guys do give 3 AP, 3 ability points, so I will end up maxing out the Knight finally for Angels, and I'll get really close to maxing out the Bard for Galuf, so I'll actually take a little bit of time after this cave to max those jobs out. So we hop in here. Reminds me a little bit of Final Fantasy VI. There's this cave where the tomb, Daryl's tomb, where you ride turtles and stuff, and you're underground. What's this turtle? Well, I kind of spoiled it last episode, so that turtle is actually Guido. Angel, stop that. Why Galuf didn't say, hey, by the way, Guido's the turtle? He should have let the people know. But this is fun, and then we could have avoided all this. Cut that out. It spoke. Sage Guido, I'm sorry for his impoliteness. Hey, wait, you mean this turtle is Sage Guido? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. How could you be so rude? It's fine. Sorry, it's fine. Anyway, I have something to tell you. You must hurry. Is it about Exdeath? Yes. The thing is after is in the Great Forest of Moir. The Great Forest of Moir? The living forest which stretches to the west of Surya Castle, Exdeath's birthplace. About 500 years ago, an evil spirit sealed in Moir Forest turned a tree into a monster. That tree is Exdeath. For 500 years I had kept Exdeath sealed, but 30 years ago the shield broken. The Battle of the Four Warriors of Dawn 30 years ago. Yes, Dorgan and his fellows did very well. They resealed Exdeath with the power of the crystals. But now he has returned. It's our fault. No, it's not. Anything sealed is destined to return. He must be destroyed this time. Well, where would he be? Probably in the Great Forest of Moir. He seeks something there that lies there. The Great Forest. Please, go to the Great Forest and protect what rests there. To the Great Forest, for Zeza's vengeance, and to defeat Exdeath. The Forest of Moir is alive. No matter who they might be, the forest will attack. Take this with you. give us this Elder Branch, and that allows entrance into the forest. If we try to go to the forest earlier, it's just like it's a dead end. You can't enter the forest. But that Elder Branch will open a pathway to get deeper into the forest. It's a branch of the old tree in the forest. As part of the protector of the shield, with this you can enter the forest. Please hurry. Exdeath is already on his way to the forest. Gotcha. Please go to the Great Forest and protect what rests there. Alright. When we get back to our sub, if we bring up the map, we'll notice that there's over to the west of where Surgate Castle is, there's a dot. So that's the indication of where to get to the Forest of War. But there's also another dot to the north of that dot. And that's an optional area where we can go to. And one of the guys in one of the villages that we went to said, I think it was Surgate Castle, he was like, hey, I went to this lake surrounded by mountains, and I didn't think I'd come out alive. This big eye attacked me, and that is going to be another summon. So it'll be a level, the other level 3 summon. So we got the 3 elemental ones are level 2s. Level 1s you buy in the shop, and we got the golem for level 4 so far. And Titan, so let's head on back to our sub, and I'm not worried about healing that darkness. I'm running out of eye drops, so I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of them. One of the things they can turn into is there's metamorphs can turn into is the crew dust, and when they turn into a crew dust, they use the flash spell. Because Galuf and Lenna and their classes don't really rely on physical attacks, I was like, well, I'm not going to waste healing them with eye droppers. Because the dark stabs will be removed once we heal up here at the inn, once we rest in the sub. So just head down, catch a few Z's, and that'll save on some of those eye droppers, because I was running really, really low. And we don't have we have a spell that removes poison, the antidote spell, but no white magic that removes that we can cast that will remove the darkness spell. Now that heal spell that we got from Carnate Castle, we could use that, but that's a higher level spell that the red mage can't use. A white mage can use it though, but so as you can see, Angels was mastered Knight, and Galuf is only 2 ability points away from mastering the Bard. So we'll just make a quick save here, and then we'll wander around here a little bit just to fight some enemies, because there's some new enemies on the overworld around Surgate Castle, and also around where the forest is, Forest of War. So we'll run into some of them while we're maxing out Gal's Bard level. He'll be the second one to master Bard after Faris there. And then Angel will become the Bard next, and I guess Galuf can become the Knight. So we've got these Cure Beasts here, Cure Bunnies. Basically they'll cast Cure on themselves. If you control them with a Mediator, I think you can use them to cast Cure on themselves, Cure on you. But otherwise they just kind of heal themselves. Nothing really important, you know. Take them out and get their AP. Even though there's 4 of them, we only get 1 AP here, fighting 4. Usually, you know, get like 1 AP per monster, and then usually you figure with a group of 4 would give you about 2. So it usually kind of goes, and then, but for some reason these guys, a whole big group of them only give us 1. So it's really stinky, because right now, like, all these jobs are taking so much to master. So Lenna's nowhere near mastering Red Mage, and she's been on that almost the whole game once you got the Water Crystal. And same with Angel. The Angel is just finally mastering halfway through World 2 the Night job. So finally gonna have Angels be something other than a Knight. There's another new enemy. There are 3 new enemies, so we encountered 2/3 of them, so we'll get the other one later on, as they appear more in forest areas, and we're going to a forest area, both Lake Forest and Living Forest. The Great Forest of Wow. So, alright. That takes care of those jobs, so now let's change it up. Remember, because the 4-job Fiesta, you have to have one character in each job that you have. So you can make Angel's a little bit of a stronger bard by making him be able to equip swords. And the Elf Cave will help him up front there, dodge his attacks. We'll bring Galuf to the front row, because now Galuf can become the knight. Now we still have all our characters, all the jobs represented. Take the bone mail off just for now. You don't want to accidentally heal ourselves and have the bone mail finished. If you have the bone mail, that's another thing, the bone mail keeps you from reviving in battle, so. Well, we're going to be having a lot of battles next episode. Take care, have a good one. Bye.